wanted to give you all an update on what's been happening so far. So the first sessions that I was able to record was on Tuesday, the day that we brought him home. And what I was able to do in those videos was to touch him with a bamboo pole and get him to touch his nose to the bamboo pole. Wasn't able to catch a whole lot because I was having an issue with my phone and memory, and just technology can be a pain sometimes, but I was able to catch some of that. And then the next day, Wednesday, I didn't use the pole, and I just round penned him here in this 24 by 24 pen, getting him to move in both directions and change directions, and I'll show you that in a video here today, I hope. And so you can see he is super smart and super sensitive. It's really easy to get him to move away from pressure and to stop and turn in to the inside and change directions. It's gotten to where it's pretty smooth and fluid, which is pretty cool. Day 2, so I was working on that, and I noticed he was willing for me to get a little bit closer to him without him moving off. So it took a while. It took maybe about 45 minutes or so. But at the end of that session, by approaching and retreating, when he would look at me with both eyes and take a step towards me, I would retreat, I would back up and remove the pressure, and then walk back towards him. And when he tried, and he would stand still and he would try to get a little bit closer to me, then I'd back up. So that helped increase his confidence and trust that I wasn't going to hurt him. And so at the end of that session, he touched his nose to my hand. I got goosebumps all over. It was the coolest thing. He touched his nose to my hand, and I ended the session there because I thought that was a big milestone for him. So that happened on day 2, the first session. And then the second session on day 2, I repeated the process over, and it didn't take him as long for him to touch his nose to my hand. And he would touch his nose to my hand and stay there. He wouldn't kind of touch his nose and then back up real fast. So he stayed there close enough, long enough, that I was able to remove the lead rope from his halter that was put on him in the holding pen. Now, how I was able to get that close to him is I actually picked up the lead rope, and we did some working on coming off of halter pressure, and he learned it really quickly. A little disappointed I wasn't able to get that on video, but it just let me see how smart he was, how willing he is to try and figure out what you want him to do. Very smart. He's a thinker. He has fear, of course, because this is a really strange situation for him, but he's really trying hard to figure out what his role is and everything. So that was day 2. Day 3, Thursday, I just kind of repeated a lot of the work that I did day 2. I just was able to work with him once, just in the evening a little bit, and it didn't take him very long, but he touched his nose to my hand. I was trying to feed him a carrot. He was really interested in the carrot, but I guess it wasn't enticing enough. He doesn't seem for food really to be a motivator for him. But what I'm noticing more and more is that he's seeking, it's like he's wanting companionship, because at first he was just very aloof and just, content to mind his own business. But now he seems more interested in me, more curious in me, more curious in the things that I bring into his pen. Like I cleaned his pen this morning, so I brought a wheelbarrow and pitchfork in here, and he was really brave. He snorted at it a little bit, but he was curious enough to walk up to the wheelbarrow and touch it with his nose. And I did a little bit of approach and retreat with him, and he walked towards me quite a few steps. So I'm really encouraged that work session today, maybe we might be able to get over yet another milestone. So my goal for today is again for him to touch his nose to my hand. It seems like it's not taking as long to get to that point, and if possible, for me to actually reach up and touch his, like me touch his nose. Because what's been happening is I come like 90%. I get real close to him and I just hold my hand there, and then he stretches out and he touches his nose to my hand. So I'm hoping that I can get to a point to where I can reach my hand out and touch his nose and he stands there. So we'll see. And if that works, I've brought a lead rope with me. I'm hoping to see if I can maybe get a lead rope back on him so we can work some more with working off of halter pressure, but we'll see. So that's been an update, and as of this moment, I'm thinking of the name Spartan because he, like I said, he's been very independent. And in a video that I took on day 2, when I let Cobalt and Scooter, my other 2 horses, out of the round pen, because in this pen that I have here, you might be able to see it a little bit, I've got a round pen, and then this is a big, it's maybe about a ½ acre or so lot, and I let him out of the round pen. And Cobalt, he is the alpha male right now in my small herd of 3 horses. I've got 2, and then I've got an old Appaloosa gelding that gets to be out in the pasture and have fresh grass however much he wants. The other 2 are fat and in a dry lot for the foreseeable future until they get to a more manageable weight. But Cobalt is the alpha male, and he was being a jerk, and this horse here was not intimidated at all by him. It was pretty funny to watch. And so, I don't know, I'm thinking of the name Spartan. I think that kind of fits him a little bit, so we'll see. So that's an update, and I'll be taking a video here shortly of work session, and we'll see how that goes.